Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Ninja Steel Episode 6, My Friend Redbot. I'm like 99% sure I got the episode number right. Like, I got it right in the description last week, and I put up a little, thingy at the bottom saying, hey, I said the wrong episode number, but I still got comments on it. So one thing that always kills me is, like, no matter how much prep you do to be like, hey, look, I made a mistake, someone's like, you made a mistake? It's like, I know, that's why I said it. Anyway, so that's not about this. So this episode was kind of your average to decent filler episode, I would say. There was actually a really nice surprise in it in the form of some little bit of progress / foreshadowing. There's a lot of slashes in this one. You know how it is. For the Gold Ranger stuff, which was kind of unexpectedly neat. I was really worried when this episode started because it didn't start off so great. You had like dancing from the monsters with Not Nero, and then there was a fart joke, and then Victor and Monty were there at the beginning doing their nonsense, so I was immediately like, oh, this is going to be terrible. Victor and Monty are going to be this a lot. They're going to make the Rangers dance. And then it ended up not being that. It was not like it was amazing, but at least it wasn't that what I thought it was going to be when it started. So I was happy about that. And it ended up being yet another weird, he's only a robot episode. I feel like we've had like 16 of these since this brand's era has started. It's not that many, but we've done a number of these episodes where one or more characters amongst the Rangers like devalues a robot. It's like a weird robot racism episode. And it just seems weird we keep doing this. And given the fact that it's like pretty much all but confirmed Q Ranger is going to be the next Power Rangers series, and there's robot suits in that, if we use any of them, I'm like at least 70% sure we're going to get another he's just a robot or she's just a robot storyline. It's just really weird. And it's honestly a weird, like, moral episode to do. I guess it can be seen as about acceptance, but it's just weird. I mean, the magic one, I guess, is kind of one relatable too, in terms of, like, it wouldn't happen in real life unless you go to break bills. But it's just, like, weird that you had, like, a, hey, don't use things for your own personal gain, overcome your fears, don't be mean to machines. It's just weird, and since we've done it, and it was weird because I was also glad to have a Haley focus episode because she's probably one of my favorites. But I felt maybe this one should have gone to Sarah, maybe? Because, well, like, it started with Redbot asking her to the dance, and I'm like, well, she's got a boyfriend. I mean, granted, it's a robot, so, like, unless you want to do an infidelity episode, which would be kind of hilarious for Power Rangers. But I thought it would make more sense for Sarah, since, like, there would be that added reason for her to be asked to the dance thing. And also, like, she works with machines, like when she made her thing, her Zoom board. So, hey, we haven't seen that. We need to see that again. But, like, then you could do a bit about how she only sees them as machines because she's used to working with them or something. But, I mean, she did have nice interactions with them before. I don't know. It just could have been tweaked. Like, it wasn't bad because, like I said, I like Haley. I thought she did pretty decent in the episode. I just felt that maybe Sarah could have gotten this one and then we did, like, a different episode about Haley. I don't know. But, so yeah, that was, like, the main plot. And it was also weird because compared to the other two sort of, like, moral story of the weeks, this one felt very almost afterthoughty because it was resolved so quick. It's not like, afterthoughty, that's a word, but it's not like I wanted this to be in-depth, gone over, and dragged out. But, like, the other ones with Preston and Calvin, like, resolved for the most part in the last act. And this one kind of was resolved very quickly after the first fight that Haley got in and Redbot saved her, and then you just kind of wrapped it all up at the end with them dancing. So I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It felt very, not like the other two plots were amazingly thought out, but this one felt a little bit more half-baked. But it wasn't bad stuff. And also, like, I like Redbot, and I don't remember if I ever mentioned in any of my previous reviews that I appreciated that the suit actor did, like, robot-y movements, but I felt like he went overboard in this one. Like, when they were on the ground and he was getting up, he was, like, doing the robot as he was getting up. I'm like, dude, chill. I believe you're a robot. You got it. It just seemed like overkill. It was, like, a random thing I noticed in this episode. And Kelson Henderson he voiced the monster this week, so that's why it had, like, kind of a very Scottish and different sounding accent instead of the same three voice actors Saban uses. It's like sniveling 1, sniveling 2, and then kind of mean. So yeah, and then we also, speaking of sniveling, Ripcon showed up, and I think, is this the first time he's actually fought them? That I remember. I feel like it was the first significant sort of acknowledgement. I don't know if I want to put it around that. I meant to do around rivalry, but I was going to say acknowledgement of his rivalry with Red, because, like, in the Ninja footage, they kind of had a rivalry with Gabby Rizzo. And so I imagine they're going for that, but I think outside of this one, the only other scene that sort of went towards that was merely them on the ship. So unless I'm forgetting one, but so that was kind of a thing. No new Zord in this episode, which was nice, because if this was X-8, we'd be getting the next level of thing already. But, but yeah, it was just kind of average. The main bulk of it was kind of average, I guess. I didn't really hate it. I was entertained by it, at least in some parts. One small thing I did appreciate was, right after I talked about last week how I wanted kind of a neat bike fight scene, we didn't get like a full-on one like in Dino Thunder or Ninja Storm or something, but like we got a really cool moment where Haley used the cycle and did like an air attack and shot a laser, and it was really neat actually getting to see some wire work acrobatics. And like I said, I hope we see more of that. It was just funny to see like an immediate cash in on that. And it was nice to see it just in general, but also for Haley, because like I said, she's one of my favorites, and also I really like the white ninja suit, so it was like beautiful HD footage. You know, random side note, before I get to the last bit of the episode I want to talk about. I like how, if you watch Power Rangers for a long time like I have, you probably know that like it's really easy to tell, especially in the past, like let's say Zeo or Time Force, when they change the Japanese footage, because all of a sudden it gets grainy. And I like how even now in 2017, when Sentai is also filming in HD, there's still a noticeable difference where ours just looks brighter. Because they've been doing quite a bit of original footage, and like all of a sudden when they switched, I noticed it got a little bit darker. It's just kind of funny that like it still doesn't quite match up, because our cameras just still look better. But anyway, the last thing I wanted to touch on was something I brought up at the beginning, was there was a little bit more hinting towards the Gold Ranger stuff with Madame Otis, which was really neat. I was actually just thinking a few days ago how, oh, we haven't gotten anything else hinting about that. I kind of expected one more little scene of her just like holding the star and being like, ah, or something. That was weird. But, and then this week we had it, and I honestly thought the scene was going to stop at her saying like, oh, he doesn't know what's up. Or like right when she walked into her little secret room behind a poster, I thought that was going to be the end of it. But we actually saw her like having kidnapped a stowaway and siphoning the energy, so it's pretty much presumed that that's the person who picked the gold star out, and that's how she has it. So that was really neat. And she said stowaway, so maybe like he actually got the star and then broke on the ship. That would be kind of neat to look for his brother. Like, I'm gonna just assume it's Aiden. I think Aiden's his name, but yeah, because like you wouldn't use the word stowaway unless, I mean maybe, because I always think of like Lost Galaxy, oh it's a stowaway, but that was the first time I ever heard that word. Anyway, but like I feel like she just wouldn't refer to him like that if she had like sought him out and then like captured him at the moment he found it. I don't know, like it would be cool if he did get the star and he was like, oh man, finally a way to get my brother, and then like we got to see like a flashback footage of him breaking onto the ship or something. That could be kind of neat. But either way, she's siphoning it for some reason, and it was just kind of neat to get a little bit into that, because the next time we have PR, it's taking a week break, we are going to be getting the Gold Ranger stuff. It's a two-part episode, but only one of them is having to do with the Gold Ranger. I mean, 7 might tie into it a little bit, we don't know. But like how much or how little it will, but we know for sure 8 is Gold Ranger, and they're doing like an hour event for the movie, so there's no PR next week. I kind of wish it was just like everyone would have touched base before anything happened and they would have written a full hour for the Gold Ranger, because we haven't gotten like an hour premiere for a 6th Ranger that actually aired it an hour in forever. Because like Silver's debut was an hour for Megaforce, but it was split across 2 weeks if I remember right, so it would have been neat. But so yeah, a week off, and then we get that stuff, but regardless, it was nice to get a lead in for next time it's on, and it's just kind of nice in general to have that running plot of the 6th Ranger going since the beginning. It would have been nice if maybe they touched on it one more time, like a small little hint, but it hasn't been that many episodes in the grand scheme. Like, it seems like it would have been nice to have one more check-in. That sounds really weird, like unemployment, but because, you know, we have to wait a week to 2 weeks for an episode, but like, if in the future, like if someone were to marathon it, or if I have to marathon it later in a rewatch, it probably won't seem like it's been that long when you watch them back to back. But anyway, like I said, it was just kind of an average filler episode with a decent little surprise there of the Gold Ranger plot. I'd probably give it a 7. But anyway, until 2 weeks from now, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.